Listen to this sentence. I am living here since 2020. If that sounds slightly off to you, your instincts are correct. Today, we're going to map out the rules needed to fix it. Both for and since describe actions that began in the past and continue into the present. This baseline rule is what connects them, but their specific functions are very different. Look at the yellow arrow on the left. We use for to measure a duration, a continuous block of time. It tells your listener how long the stopwatch has been running. The arrow on the right shows how since works. Instead of measuring the whole span, it drops a pin on the timeline at the exact moment the action started. This determines the vocabulary you use. For pairs with lengths of time, like 6 months or decades. Since pairs with specific markers, like Monday or childhood. Choosing the right words simply depends on whether you want to measure the total length of the event or point to its starting line. The question you ask acts as a formula that dictates the grammar of your answer. You cannot mix and match question words with different tenses. Section C illustrates this relationship. Because the word when asks about a finished, specific past moment, it must be paired with the past simple tense. On the other hand, how long measures a period extending up to the present. This requires the present perfect tense. Look at the window example. When did it start raining results in a past tense answer. It started an hour ago. But how long has it been raining leads to it's been raining for an hour. The same logic applies to knowing people. You first met them at a specific point in the past, but you have known them for a continuous duration. The chosen question word locks the speaker into a specific time frame. There is no middle ground between a finished past event and a continuing state. Let's put these rules to work. I'll show you a common error. Pause the video and try to identify the correction before the timer ends. First, she has been in Brazil since 3 days. Because 3 days is a span of time rather than a specific date, we must use for. Second, when have you started your job? When asks for a finished point in time. This rejects the present perfect and requires the past simple. When did you start? Finally, our original sentence. I am living here since 2020. Actions that began in the past and continue now cannot stay in the present continuous. They must use the present perfect. I have lived here since 2020. Most of these errors are the result of direct translation. To speak naturally, you have to follow the English logic of duration versus point in time. Let's consolidate this with a final drill. Say your answers aloud as we go. In exercise 12.1, look at how the time is expressed at the end of each sentence to choose between for and since. Lunchtime is a specific starting point, so we use since. The next sentence mentions 10 years, a duration, so we use for. In exercise 12.2, we'll do the opposite. Look at the answer provided and choose the question word that would lead to it. The response, about 5 years, describes a duration. This structure reveals that the question must be, how long have you had this car? This matrix summarizes